Hey, what's going on, Dodgers Nation? Doug McCain here. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. The Dodgers signed outfielder Bradley Zimmer. We're going to tell you what that means. And should the Dodgers trade for another outfielder? Should they sign one? We're going to dive into that in just a second. But quick reminder for all latest Dodgers news and rumors all off season long. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. And if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. And as always, I'm with your takes down below in the comment section. Today's Dodgers Nation question of the day: do you think the Dodgers need to trade for another outfielder, sign another outfielder? And when it comes to the signing of Bradley Zimmer, is it something, nothing, or everything? Let me know down below. And for all latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. So we have a little housekeeping to do, catch up on some signings. Like I said, we cover everything here on the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel. One we haven't discussed is the Dodgers signing of Bradley Zimmer. The Dodgers signed the former top prospect to a minor league contract. The deal was first reported by The Athletic's Fabian Ardaya, who tweeted out, "Dodgers are signing outfielder Bradley Zimmer to a minor league deal." Sources tell The Athletic the 30-year-old center fielder has big league time with Cleveland, Toronto, and Philadelphia. So who is Bradley Zimmer? Well, here's everything you need to know. He's 30 years old. He's 6'4". He's 185 pounds. He bats left. He throws right. Zimmer was selected with the 21st pick out of San Francisco in the 2014 draft, and he debuted back in 2017, appearing in 101 games and slashed .241, .307, .385. He hit 8 bombs, had 39 RBIs, had 18 stolen bases, and scored 41 runs in 299 at-bats. The strikeout rate was high at 29.8%. The walk rate at 7.8%. And he posted a 79 WRC+. So his bat was 21% below league average. And he really didn't do much between 2018 and 2020, playing in just 63 games. He was banged up. His numbers, they continue to plummet. And then in 2021, definitely got some more opportunities. He ended up slashing .227, .325, .344, posted 89 WRC+, hit 8 home runs in 348 plate appearances. And then last season, his numbers really took a dive. In 117 total plate appearances with Toronto and Philly, he slashed just .124, .207, .229, hit 2 home runs, had a 26 WRC+. So the big issue for Zimmer, and the reason why he hasn't realized that potential, is he hasn't been able to hit big league pitching. That is what it comes down to. He just can't hit pitching in the show. Couldn't hit sand if he fell off a camel. He doesn't hit for much power. He strikes out a lot. Last season, that strikeout rate was up to 38.5%, and the walk rate was down to 4.3%. Now, Zimmer was projected to make $1.3 million in his second year of arbitration eligibility, but the Toronto Blue Jays, they non-tendered him back in November. And last year, Zimmer was a member of 3 different teams. He was traded from the Guardians to the Blue Jays in April, and then he was claimed off of waivers by the Phillies in August. So you're probably wondering at this point, well, what value does Zimmer bring? Well, the answer to that is his defense, because he has played nice defense throughout his career. If you look at his defensive metrics, in over 1,783rd and third career MLB innings as a center fielder, Zimmer has a +10 outs above average, a +13 defensive runs saved, and a UZR 150 of +3.6. So that is where they see the value. That is what they've identified, and they realize, hey, at the very worst, he can be a minor league depth piece. He can take on that role that Kevin Pillar had at the minor league level, where if you need that break in case of emergency outfielder, he can at the very least come up and do the job defensively. And if you also consider the fact that the Dodgers, they non-tendered Cody Bellinger, he ends up signing that $17.5 million deal with the Chicago Cubs. And last season, Cody continued to crater, posted an 83 WRC+, 17% below league average at the plate. Belly posted a career highest strikeout rate, a career low walk rate. He did hit those 19 home runs, so we know that Belly can every now and then run into a belly bomb. He was awful against left-handed pitching, had a 63 WRC+. So basically what the Dodgers are saying with Zimmer is, hey, at the very least, if we need to plug him in there to center field, at least we're not paying him $17 million to just give above average defense like Cody Bellinger was, and not very much at the plate. Now, basically in a snapshot, when you look at Zimmer, was really good in college, really good at the minor league level, but he just hasn't been able to hit big league pitching, and that's the issue with a lot of top prospects. That's why a lot of them turn out to be busts, because that's the very last rung on some of these ladders when it comes to having big league success. So if you're the Dodgers, Zimmer, if you're asking me if is it something, nothing, or everything, I do think it is a little more of nothing, but I'd also think too, if they have to use him, they will be saving some money. Look, it's like paying for bottled water instead of drinking water out of the faucet. You're overpaying for that bottled water, which was Cody Bellinger. We can pretty much get the same thing with less pop with the faucet water with Zimmer. So right now, I don't view Zimmer as anything more than a minor league depth piece, but he is fast, does play above average defense, and in a pinch, he could see some time at the big league level. We'll see if he gets that spring training invite. We'll see if the Dodgers can find a way to help fix him at the plate and have him be at least a more consistent bat. Because if you find a way to get him above average or at least league average offensively, he would make a lot of sense as a value play. But my personal opinion, I don't think the Dodgers will enter next year with any of the current center fielders on the roster as their everyday guy. I do think there are some names out there that you can plug into the outfield spots. We all know that James Outman, he stepped onto the scene. He hit a home run in his first big league at bat. He was the 8th Dodger to do so. Let's see how many you can name, because Clyce Dudley was the first to do it back in 29. Gordon Slade did it in 1930. Ernie Coy did it in 1931. Dan Bankhead did it in 1947. And then who could forget Jose Offerman in 1990, Gary Ingram in 1994, Keibert Ruiz in 2020, and James Outman did it against the Rockies. So James Outman, when you look at him, a lot of people said, hey, it was James, you can't get me out, man. But really, if you look at his numbers, it was James strike out, man, if he didn't get a hit. It was basically he went up there and got a hit, or he struck out. So he definitely strikes out at a high clip, but he's another guy that can go out there and patrol the outfield, and he's a name that a lot of fans want to see. Can he capture that magic and be that everyday guy? And then, of course, there is Trayce Thompson, and Trayce Thompson is still under team control for another couple seasons. He was one of the great stories, one of the great finds for the Dodgers. He fared better against right-handed pitching versus left-handed pitching. You also worry where does Cinderella turn into a pumpkin? Will he come down to earth? Because the results that he had last season, I don't think anyone expected that, but it was a pleasant surprise. And I think at this point, you have to call Klay Thompson Trayce Thompson's brother. And now it's flipped the other way around. No, but I hope that he can continue that success, because he is a fan favorite. You saw him make highlight plays defensively in center field in the NLDS against San Diego. Is he a true everyday outfielder at the big league level defensively? Athletically, size-wise, he definitely has it in him. He has improved as a defender, but can you trust him to take on that job every single day? Maybe you do have a platoon situation with Trayce and James Outman. And then also you have Chris Taylor in the mix. And Chris Taylor, he's a guy that I think is going to play more infield next season. I think a healthy Chris Taylor, you're going to see them use him like the Swiss Army knife, the Chris Army knife that we saw earlier in his career, whereas last year he had that offseason surgery to clean up some stuff in his elbow, so he didn't play very much infield. I think that changes next season. I think you start to get the true value out of Chris Taylor and hopefully a bounce-back season at the plate. He struck out a ton last year, didn't have a great year with the bat, so hopefully he has a nice year, and that could really help the Dodgers. But I think they have to go out there and explore the trade market. I mean, if you look at the names available right now for some of the outfielders, really there's nothing that moves the needle, nothing that excites you. I mean, Conforto could play a corner outfield spot. Adam Engel is a name that is still available, but he's nothing that excites you. He's nothing that is going to change this Dodgers offense. He's projected to have a below average season offensively. And then a name to keep your eye on is Max Kepler. Now, Max Kepler, he's a guy that has the potential to really help this Dodgers team and really improve this Dodgers outfield. He's still under 2 more years of team control. He signed that 5-year, $35 million deal with the Twins back in 2019. So he's due $8.5 million next year, and then he has a club option for $10 million for 2024. He's entering his age 30 season. He plays great defense. He hits the ball hard. I still think if you look at his advanced StatCast metrics, there are a lot of predictive stats that say, hey, he should be having more success at the plate. So that's a name that we have to keep our eyes on. I'm not going to completely go into the weeds on Max Kepler because I'm dropping a video on Kepler and some other trade three targets I think the Dodgers should pursue if they do want to go the trade route to get another outfielder. And of course, Kepler has primarily played right fielder. He is the Twins right fielder with Byron Buxton in center field, but you could have Mookie play center, and then you can have Kepler play right, or Kepler has played center field during his career. He does have experience playing center, so I think that would be an adjustment, but I think he's an interesting name. I'm starting to talk myself into it, starting to manifest a little bit with Max Kepler, so keep your eye on that. But when it comes to the Dodgers outfield, it is a big question right now because the Dodgers lack production from their outfield last season, especially in the power department. And if you're asking me, what am I more confident about, Gavin Lux at shortstop or the Dodgers' current center field situation? I'd rather have Lux at short than what the Dodgers have going on right now in center field. Of course, you put Mookie in center, that changes everything. I think Mookie can play center field at a Gold Glove caliber level. Here's one thing to consider too, because Mookie, I think you do keep in right. That would be my first choice because he is a Gold Glove right fielder. Also, that does limit some wear and tear of playing center field. But one thing with Mookie Betts is he has played second base over the last few seasons. Throughout the summertime, he wants to stay engaged. He says it's his favorite position. He did come up playing second base, and one of the things that does it keeps Mookie engaged. Well, maybe the challenge of playing center field will stimulate Mookie Betts a little bit more, and maybe he'd be open to the idea. So that's just something to consider. But right now, the Dodgers absolutely, in my opinion, should go out there and add another impact outfielder. We know they swung and missed with Kevin Kiermaier. They were close to landing Kiermaier. He ends up signing with the Toronto Blue Jays. We all know why, of course, because Alejandro Kirk, he had that contract fall out of his pocket, and Kiermaier just stole it, and he signed it at home plate. No, I'm just messing around. But that is definitely something that we will be going into and deep diving this entire offseason is the Dodgers outfield picture. But let me know down below in the comment section, is the signing of Bradley Zimmer something, nothing, or everything? Do you think it can be one of those dumpster dive signings, those reclamation projects that the Dodgers turn into gold? To me, it's another dollar value fast food signing by LA, and I don't think that it's going to do very much. I think he does provide some value defensively. I think he does provide some minor league depth. I think if the Dodgers are in a pinch, he will possibly get an opportunity, but I don't think they envision him getting a lot of opportunities for LA. But let me know down below also, do you think the Dodgers absolutely must go out there and trade for another outfielder, sign another outfielder? Are there other names out there that you're interested in? Let me know down below. My name is Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. For all latest Dodgers news and rumors all season long, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you really want to support the channel, smash that like button. And as always, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.